I'm on the moon. It's made of cheese.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing today? Wherever you're from in this beautiful world. Welcome to another Beer and Cheese Tuesday, where it is an open panel and we all pair beer and cheese. It's open table. Bring what you'd like. Hopefully we brought something that's worthwhile. If it's not, then we all know now not to buy it again. So thank you to my panel and cheers to you guys. Bumpy Road Brews, Miscellaneous Brewery Reviews, East Coast LQ Reviews, and Beer Man. Cheers. Cheers to the chatters out there. Check this out. Heck yeah, man. Angie's Fluid Art. Angie, cheers. Shark Home Brewing. Cheers, Shark. And Food, Beer, and Banter. Cheers, Food, Beer, and Banter. All right, cool, man. Commerce Ozzy, cheers to you as well. All right. Let's go ahead and start this show with Bumpy. Oh, yes.
I need some instructions on how to open this damn cheese. So I won't be cutting it right away because I can't even figure out how to. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to pull tab it or if I just got to slice in, but we're going to do that anyways, probably. From the red apple cheese, I got this bourbon Gouda, hickory smoked with Kentucky bourbon.
Nice.
It's got a little yellowish rind around the edges. So I'll get that opened eventually. And a beer that I do believe I've had before, but I just felt that this style should go well with that cheese. Got a Doppelbock, 6.9% ABV. It's called Brocious, something like that, from Schilling Beer Company. And pretty fresh. This was canned on December 19th.
That's very fresh.
There you go. It's got a kind of khaki colored head. Soap sudsy type of a head, though. Bubbles are small, but look like they will start to grow larger and break apart. And then the color of the beer itself, it's got a lot of like mahogany red coloration to it. It's kind of just a light tannish color down in the reservoir down here, but you get it up to light. It's just like deep mahogany. So yeah, beautiful looking Doppelbock. And cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy. Thank you, man. All right, Miscellaneous.
Cheers, guys. All right, so I got a cheese from a company that I've never had before, or at least I don't think I have. This is a British cheese. This company, I guess, has been around since 1861. This is a Wyke. It's their vintage reserve cheddar cheese. Yeah, a little bit spendy, but it was a pretty good sized block. How much was this? 7 ounces, man. It's expensive. Aged for 15 months. It says it's an award-winning cheddar. Doesn't say exactly where that company is, but it's imported. It says product of Great Britain. All right. Yeah. There's the cheese. It's a lot whiter than it's appearing on camera. Looks more buttery in person. That's kind of got like a yellow hue to it. But yeah, a little bit dry, crackly, crumbly bit of cheese. Anyways, got a product from, where are these people out of? I think McAllister, Oklahoma. This is from Prairie Artisan Ales. This is their Mo Peanut Mo Problems. So we got that there. The airplanes dropping peanut bombs, apparently. So what this is a barrel-aged imperial stout with peanut butter cream-filled cookies, crunchy wafers layered with peanut butter cream, covered in fudge, and toasted marshmallow flavor. A lot of adjuncts in there, so I don't know, but it is come in at a ripe ABV of 13.6. Whew. So it's a big one. I've had pretty good luck with this, and they're stamping their bottles. It's nice and clear. You can see the dates, but Logitech sucks my ass. 11/7/22 is the bottle date. So yeah, other than the bombs, yeah, that looks a little bit thicker than usual. Oh, it's gonna have that weird brains like head. It's got that oily, sheeny top to it. It's almost gets that. Yeah. I mean, if you can see what's already on the glass, it's a lot of stuff in there. Head didn't hold up. Fizzly, crackly went out, and it is a dark, dark brown, almost like Tootsie Roll brown. It's opaque. You can't see through it, but yeah. We'll find out. I don't smell anything from here. Oh, shut up, Josh.
All right, man. Cheers. Cheers, dude. All right, Tanner.
Cheers, Miscellaneous. All right. Cheese I got is from Sartori, Farmhouse Cheddar. It says extra sharp and rich. A cheddar masterpiece inspired by our dedicated local family farms. Proudly Wisconsin cheese. 7-ounce block was $7. Pasteurized milk, cheese cultures, salt, enzymes, contains milk. Sartori family is dedicated to making the best cheese in the world. We thank our great dairy farming families in Wisconsin for sharing their premium milk with our expert cheesemakers since 1939. It's got some slices here. It was definitely a little bit harder to cut through. It's kind of a drier, slightly crumbly cheese. White cheddar. Looks pretty good, though. And then I'm going to be pairing it with, this is Meet the Citra hopped IPA. So single IPA, 6.5% alcohol by volume, Hop Butcher for the world. It says candied citrus, juicy mango, and sweet melon. Check them out at hopbutcher.com. Package 12/6/22, so pretty fresh, 21 days old. It says 40-yard fail. What that means, but yeah, it's cracked. So $17 for a 4-pack. Actually got this yesterday and I didn't even touch one. Looks pretty good. It's the lighter colored. It's like hazy, kind of straw, kind of orange. Yeah, yellowish orange, definitely on the lighter side, but super murky, hazy, decent effervescence, kind of frothy head on top. It's got a little bit of that creamy lacing going, half a finger, holding some decent retention, tight knit bubbles. Looks pretty good. It looks like it's going to be very juicy, so we'll see what happens. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers, Tanner. Thanks, man. All right. That looks good. Okay. Well, I got my cheese. I got a one from my wife's work, a good old hippie store, and this one is called Henning's out of Wisconsin. So maple bourbon cheddar cheese with hints of maple, caramel, and molasses. Recipe ideas: berry and nut salads, pancakes, sweet potatoes, and ham sliders. That's what that looks like there. And it's all marbled. It smells really like maple syrup. Okay. Well, the beer I have is from Ecliptic out of Portland, Oregon. And it's a Schwarzbier lager. It's a Moon Room series. May the Schwarz be with you. And This is let's see, what's 4.5%. So we're on the low here. That's all right. Let's go ahead and pour it up. We got a canning date somewhere here. 11/21. About a month old. Nice, deep, dark, kind of caramel looking. Whoa, yeah, Jesus. Holy moly. The thing went crazy. Well, dirty glass. Yeah, so dark, kind of a darker brown, chocolate brown, nice off-white, fat fucking head. Jesus. Like my whole hand. Smells lagery. Yeah, kind of chocolate lagery. Yeah, I can't wait to see if that works. So that's it. Let's get back to Bumpy and start the show. Cheers.
Cheers, baby.
Cheers.
All right. Some aromas from this Doppelbock. Very malt forward. It's got biscuity, like toasted bread crust, almost like a rye bread almost. Just lots of bread product. A little bit of a fruit tone in there too. Dark fruit, kind of plumish. That's about it for the aromatics. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry, Matt. Please be delicious.
Yeah, the flavors mimic the aromatics on it. It's very malty. It's got all those, like the toasty, the bread crust, the kind of darker bread, like rye or pumpernickel type thing going. Biscuit, a bit of like a dark fruit note, kind of leaning towards plum. I think this reminds me more of a dunkel than most Doppelbocks that I've had. Bitterness, it's on the kind of the mild side. It does have a little bit of a bitterness. Tough to say really where it's coming from. It could be from some darker malt, but it does have kind of a slight woody and earthy tone. Kind of appeal to the bitterness. Yeah, plum, maybe a little bit of like an apple type flavor in there too, like a sweet red delicious. All right, and go for the cheese. I did cut it. I try to cut it like you cutting like slices of cake because it's a circle. So yeah, we got some cheese. Strong hickory smell. A little bit of like sulfur smell to it. All right, let's dive in and nibble on this cheese.
Cheesers.
Cheesers.
It's very chewy cheese. Just breaks down real easy. It's Gouda. There's significant amount of the smokiness, and there is some of that kind of like whiskey notes also. Kind of a little bit like apple. Yeah. I think this was kind of a cheaper cheese. All right, we're going to do the cheese and the cheese and then the beer. So cheesers.
Cheesers again.
I'm thinking that the beer is definitely going to wash away the cheese.
You'll never know until you try it.
You never know.
Yeah. It kind of brightens up the beer a little bit. It kind of like brings out the more of the fruitiness, the fruit notes from the beer. And then afterwards, a little bit of that smokiness, the kind of whiskey, that apple whiskey type flavor note comes back from the cheese, and then the smoke starts to then linger on afterwards. So yeah, it's working pretty well that way with the beer. Let's try beer than cheese. Cheesers again.
Cheesers again and again.
Oh yeah.
The woodsy, earthy bitterness is what's left of them. Eating the cheese. It's kind of blending with the smoke. Kind of cuts back a bit, actually. You don't get the smoke like right up front. And then it starts to take over once again. I'd say the better way to do it is eat the cheese first and then drink the beer. But either way it works. There's not a lot of like real flavor I'm getting out of the Gouda itself. It must be a pretty young Gouda. So the best I could probably say is there's like a butteriness and a little bit of a salinity, a little bit of a salt, just a touch. So I'll score them, and I hope you guys have very delicious beer and cheese pairing yourself.
Yes. Thank you, Bumpy. Appreciate you, man. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Now for miscellaneous.
All right, so I just want to show you guys this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that head. It's a weird. Come on, Logitech. You suck. Make better cameras. Why are they so goddamn expensive? It does. It's got that real oily, infected look type of head, and like I said, a bunch of chunky bits in there. Aroma wise, chocolate. You get a big chocolate presence. Peanut butter's good. It's almost got like a toasted peanutty butter type thing, man. It's definitely got a sweet aroma on it. More of a decadent beer. Minuscule hint of alcohol. It's like if you're really looking for it, you get a tiny little sharp pinch of it. But other than that, it smells pretty sweet, decadent, not anything over the top. I don't know what to think about this. I'm gonna have to wash this glass out right after. So cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, bro. That's not bad. Definitely has a medium full body. I don't know if I could call this all the way full bodied. It is velvety smooth. Not overly sweet. You're getting a lot of chocolate. You're definitely picking that marshmallow flavor up big time. What else did they say they got in this? It's just peanut butter chocolate cookies with toasted marshmallow covered in fudge. Chocolate aspects there. I get the marshmallow flavoring. Slight oaky barrelness after like the finish. It's not really out in front. This is more of that um, decadent beer. It's not got your standard barrel age. Like if you're getting a base beer, it's got a lot of other stuff on it. Roasty, definitely a little bready. Dessert like for sure. Like I said, once the palate dries, you get a little bit of smoky barrel alcohol. It's not bad. Nothing super out of this world. It does taste good. A little more barrel presence, maybe, but I don't know. It is what it is. Could be worse. It could be worse. Anyway, so for the white cheese, award-winning vintage reserve cheddar cheese from over the pond. So yeah, definitely white cheese. It's pretty. It's crackly. It's a bit oily. Aroma, tangy. It's got a tangy, slight funky aroma. It's almost reminds me of. It's got a slight barnyard to it, which isn't anything too out of place. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe a slight onion. 15-month age. Not bad. Let's try it out.
Cheezers.
Cheers.
Very rich cheese. Breaks down. Kind of envelops the palate, coats it. Very lathering cheese. Not as salty as I thought it was going to be. It's got a nice rich tanginess. There's a sweetness to it. You're getting that earthy funk that's coming along through with it. It's got the aged crystals in it. Fuck yeah. That's really good. You might be right, Carlos.
It's squeaky.
Yeah. So yeah, I had the cheese. Let's try the beer. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheezers again.
And all that.
Cheers.
That's weird. I guess because my palate was coated, like I said, the cheese is very lathering. It's like almost missed out on like the whole body of the beer. I did get more of an alcohol kick off of it. A little bit more of the barrel. That's why I cut those, and I knew they were too big, so I break them in half. You don't need to eat it. This cheese, you don't need that much in one bite. It's too much. There we go. Oh, definitely accentuates the alcohol. Chocolate. I feel like the vanilla I'm picking up some more on the barrel side than just that marshmallow sugar. I mean, I don't. It's vanilla. That's what marshmallows taste like. Vanilla sugar. That's all it is. Not bad. So I had the cheese and the beer. We'll do the beer and then the cheese.
Cheezers.
Again.
Again. And again. And again. And again.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty good. It brought out that brought out a lot more of the alcohol bourbon flavor, and I got a lot more barrel characteristics out of that. Having the beer and then the cheese. and then it kind of it finishes off the same flavor notes that I put off for the cheddar, but it gives it a nice acidity. It's a bit more a salinity. It makes it a little bit more salty, which goes well with the sweetness of the beer. It's a nice contrast to that sweet and savory, and it's not too much one way or the other. But it balances it out a bit. Not bad.
Nice, dude.
Definitely an interesting combination.
That's good.
Cheers, Carlos. Go check his videos out. You don't know Kabako Carlos? Go look him up.
Nice.
I even spelled my name too. Cheers.
Cheers, Miss Liz. Thanks, man. All right, it is Tanner's turn.
Tanner time
Tanner time.
with the tan man.
Time with Tanner. Start my show off like that. Time with Tanner. All right.
Next live stream.
Citra hopped IPA, 6.5%. This thing is a juice bomb. It's big honeydew and orange creamsicle. Pineapple for sure. And then there's a good amount of like breadiness and hop resin. Yeah, and there's a good amount of like sweetness as well. But yeah, that's straightforward. Like I said, it's honeydew, orange creamsicle, and pineapple all day. It smells very good. I'm gonna dive into this. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It looks good too.
Cheers.
It does, right? Well, it's got a little bit of papaya on the back end. It's actually more tangelo on the palate, so like tangerine, grapefruit. There's actually a good amount of bitterness. You wouldn't expect that out of the nose. Very creamy body though. This is an Alex beer for you. Good carbonation too. Nice spritzy, prickly carbonation. About medium. Yeah, there's a good amount of like that earthy hop resin left on the tongue. Pineapple again. Yeah, that bitterness lingers for a good amount of time actually. To be honest with you, it kind of falls a little bit. I don't want to say flat, but it's a little bit more subdued than you would expect with the aroma and the coloration appearance of the beer. But I mean, it is a single hopped IPA. It's definitely more of a sessionable, drinkable IPA. And of course, it's not going to be as super hop forward and thick as a double New England. So I have to put that into perspective with my rating and just kind of consideration for the fact that it is a single and it's not a double. But it's very good, it has some good flavor. But like I said, yeah, it's just kind of missing that like that super hop forward that you kind of look for when you're drinking an IPA. I think I'm just too used to doubles at this point, and I'm expecting too much out of just like a single. But yeah, overall, very good. It's a very good beer. Like I said, I just kind of wish it was a little bit more prominent, juicy, tropical. But for what it is, it's they did a good job with this. It's just Citra. They're only using Citra. And yeah, it's pretty good. The cheese, the Sartori Farmhouse Cheddar. I haven't really touched this yet. So a little bit of a nose on that. Slight funk. Definitely more on the salty and nutty. A little bit of tangy. A little buttery. Definitely more salty and nutty though. It smells solid. It's not as prominent and funky as you would kind of expect it would to be with being a farmhouse. But it smells good. Let's dive in. Cheesers.
Cheesers.
Again.
Chasers.
I'd say a little bit more on the drier side. Takes a little bit longer to wash it down. Good amount of butteriness. Not overly salty like the aroma. Just a little bit of salinity. Yeah, still more nutty than anything though. And then like a slight tang. It's solid cheese. I'm not really getting much of a like any type of kind of like funky farmhouse that you sometimes get. I'd say it's definitely drier than creamy. It's got like a slight milky kind of creamy texture to it, but definitely more on the drier side. Solid cheese. This is extra sharp and rich. Yeah, it's got a sharp bite, but it's not as sharp as like some of your aged stuff. But it's a solid cheese. If I handed you this, would you be able to? I mean, if you're a master cheese whiz, maybe you could, but I don't think you would be able to notice that this is a
Master
farmhouse.
cheese whiz.
Master cheese guy. Yeah, I don't friggin' know. But yeah, if I handed you this, I think you wouldn't. I don't think you would straight on say farmhouse. Trees with. Let's pair it up. Cheesers.
Chasers.
Chasers.
Jesus.
Chasers. I'm getting more papaya. Yeah, definitely bumps up the creaminess. That Tangela actually turns into more orange creamsicle on the palate as well. I didn't really notice melon on the palate. I noticed it on the aroma, but it wasn't very noticeable on the palate. With the cheese, it kind of enhances that. Yeah, I think it kind of beefs up the beer, makes it a little bit more juicy, but also enhances the bitterness slightly. With the cheese and just drinking the beer on its own, the 6.5% alcohol by volume is not noticeable. So it does have that going for it. Like I said, this is the beer on its own is super sessionable, and then I think with the cheese it makes it a little bit less sessionable, but it bumps up the flavor. So if you're trying to go full on flavor with this beer, as far as just like which way you want to enjoy it with the cheese or without the cheese, I think it's much more sessionable on its own. With the cheese, definitely more of a kind of ramps it up to the same quality as like some doubles. Um, Overall, both the products are pretty good. I kind of was just expecting a little bit more out of this cheese. It's a solid cheese, but I mean, nothing really to write home about. I like it. It's solid. I mean, I'm not really too familiar with the farmhouses. I know that you get a little bit more of that like slightly funkiness to them. But I guess maybe I just have to try more to kind of be able to distinguish them from other cheddars. Overall, definitely some solid products. Let's do the beer and then the cheese and see if it changes up. I usually like it with the cheese first, but
Cheesers.
more bitterness.
Cheesers.
Oh fuck! I made noise, but it was muted. Cheese.
Yeah, more bitterness. It actually ramps up the tanginess in the cheese. There is actually I didn't mention there's a good amount of tartness with the beer, and then when you drink the beer before the cheese, it kind of ramps up that tangy aftertaste. Overall, like usual, I like the cheese before, and I think it was a solid pairing. I think this might work better with some other cheeses, personally. But yeah, not bad. So, cheers, guys.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers, Tanner.
Here's man.
All right.
Woo!
I gotta get a soda here because I don't want to.
Woo!
Oh my god, excuse me.
All right. So let's get into the beer first. So this is it's settled down, and it has a bit of a red down here. I get a big red look, like cherry, deep red cherry, and it kind of goes into this weird dark, like light chocolate into a darker chocolate. It's really
It's a
pretty.
light Schwartz beer.
Yeah, they're usually a little darker than this. So at least I think they are, right? I mean, I haven't had enough of them, but yeah, good medium medium fast rising bubble on that. Nice off like a tanner head, tan head, and it looks good. Good retention on that. Let's smell it.
Me on top.
You on top.
Don't ever say that again.
This is very brown bread crust. Slight, kind of a richer caramel taste, like a chocolatey caramel. Chocolate malts, like almost tastes like the grain that you would put in your beer, or smell. I mean, smells like it kind of. It's got a real bready bite to it. Kind of a boring beer, in my opinion. I mean, it's not. I don't know. I kind of like to have a little more of a hoppier bite, but per style, it doesn't. It seems like it's on point. It's got a little bit of caramel, a little bready, a lot of bready actually. Chocolate roast. There's a bit of a roast in there. Roasted. That big brown bread crust, though, or a bready crust, toasted crust. It's very nice. That smells good. It's not boring. It's just not my go-to, but it's fun to try different things, right? Yeah. So let's say it's not very sweet. Kind of, yeah. It's kind of dry taste smelling. It's dry. It's like, okay, hopefully it's not dry and more crispy and lager-like, right? Refreshing when I drink it. So cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. So it does give you a bit of a crisp, cleaner feel. You do get that roasted, crusty bread crust kind of thing. You get a light caramel, light roasty. It's actually got a lot of flavor for the percentage it is, and just it's overall it's not bad. It's got a nice little bite of roast and toast. Roast and toast. The mouthfeel is like kind of smooth, has a smoothness to it, but also has like that clean, clear kind of feel, that clarity. It's really nice and clean and refreshing. I'm glad it's refreshing. There's a slight, I'm getting like a slight apple coming through, and along with that bread crust, that chocolate roasty kind of thing. It goes down well. It dries off in the back with a slight, very slight acrid feel. Not so much like coffee, but just this real roasty kind of dryness, an acidic kind of feel. It's very nice though. It does. I kind of like the dryness in the finish. That's nice. No alcohol. Body is medium light. It's very nice for the ABV. I like this. It's nice and crushable. All right, and I think it'll go good with the cheese. So those that didn't see, I have a maple bourbon cheddar cheese with caramel, maple, and molasses, and that's what it looks like, marbled up, and it smells like maple more than anything. You do get a little molasses caramel, but big time with that. Molasses and the maple are the big ones, I think, in this. Caramel kind of comes through too, like caramel apple, like a caramel apple. I think it's gonna go good with this, but I really do. It smells really good. It smells rich, milky, rich with the aromas I just got. Thick and awesome. I want to eat it. Let's eat it. Cheers. Cheesers.
Do it.
Whoa, beer man, thick and awesome. I want to eat it.
and a big head.
Is this on YouTube? Is this on a different website?
Yeah.
Broadcasting on Rumble.
Almost has a squeaky, but also that cheddary kind of feel. It's milky. This is before all the flavors. I can actually get a big bomb of the other flavors I'm about to mention here. But yeah, it's diacetyl, buttery, big time buttery, not so salty, but the salinity is there. It's sweeter, it's milky, creamy, and it's lathering on my lips with butter. Okay, that's even getting more sexual. Okay, that's really good though. Maple caramel's coming out really nice in this. The maple is nice too, but it settles back a little. It's more in the aromatics. You're getting more caramel molasses in the flavors. This, oh my god, it's really good with like some French toast and syrup.
That sounds really good.
Oh man.
Or like a grilled cheese would actually work. Grilled cheese for breakfast.
French toast grilled cheese, dude.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, with syrup.
You do the Monte Cristo with that.
That sounds
It's like
good.
a breakfast sandwich with the French toast and the ham and the turkey, and then you use that for the cheese, the maple, and the...
No doubt, dude. That sounds really good. This is very splendid. This is a very nice cheese. Very, let's say, decadent. No, this is very nice though. It's very royal. It's very awesome. It's you can tell they loved making this cheese because I love eating it. It does have a squeaky kind of chew to it. You have to kind of chew it a bit to kind of mush it to get that mushy texture. You have to really go. Let's go ahead and just start chewing that, and I'll mix it. Yeah, it squeaks on the teeth, kind of like Swiss cheese. More of a medium cheddar, maybe. All right. That's really deep with that diacetyl. It's real buttery, like buttery French toast. Yeah. This is good. This is good. It rides well with it. It sits on the side of it and works with it. It's goddamn. This is so good. No, it just it works with the diacetyl feel, that buttery popcorn. Well, not pop, just that buttery feel. It really sits well. The buttery's coming from obviously coming from like the cheesy kind of that texture of the cheese. I think the richness, that butteriness. I don't know. And then you add in this with it, and it's like it seems like it just mixes. It just melds with it perfect. It's like refreshing. It's a refresher over the crazy like thickness of the cheese, the flavor thickness of the cheese, and it really sits in well with it on the side and inside it and around it and everywhere else. Good Lord. Okay, let's get some beer before cheese. Very sexual cheese.
Whoa now.
Okay, see, I have to chew this too much for me to even see what it's going to be like. So I think the cheese before beer is better. because I need to drink more beer now. But a very good mix. I don't think it's very good cheese before beer, or beer before whatever the fuck I said. Um, beer
Cheese
before cheese
before
is
beer.
better. Cheese before beer is better. So yeah, but good. This is really good. Doughy. I get a dough. I get like a pancake dough.
Oh, not a deer, a female deer.
No, no, I get a like a wheat bread dough. You know, you know, don't you know? No,
You know,
I, I get a wheat bread batter for a pancake. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's coming like from that like bread crust kind of thing or something in the beer. So you're getting more of like this battery feel, beer before cheese. So that's interesting. But you want to wash out that diacetyl after because it's so it's rich. So good. That was interesting. All right. So let's get back to Bumpy.
yeah. Stop killing zombies over there, Bumpy.
I'm not. No, I was looking it up on Untapped. This beer I have to match up with my score and also say what they say for the brushes on Untapped. Is named for an esteemed and one of a kind veterinarian from Michigan. This rich and toasty dark lager has aromas of sweet bread and caramel, um, with flavors of light coffee and marshmallow. I could see the coffee after reading that, but it's definitely not coffee forward to me. The finish is full bodied and malty. On Untapped, they give it a 4.1 out of 5. I'm going to score brushes a 41.5 out of 50. Both of those landed right in the very good category on my thing. Like I said, it kind of reminded me more of a Dunkel than a Doppelbock. So definitely not one of my favorite Doppelbocks. Stuff that you get from Germany. Those Doppelbocks are the ones to go for, I'd say. The cheese is okay, but from the amount of different cheeses I've had, that just had more depth. They seemed like they had more love and attention put into them. This cheese was just okay. So I'm going to give it a 38 out of 50 for the cheese, which is, we'll say it's good. And it did I want to say blend. It worked well. It paired well. There we go. With the beer. The beer and cheese pairing was good.
Cool. All right, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, it worked for you. Good.
Yeah, that's that.
Nice.
Cheers.
I did not waste your money. It's good.
Yeah, back to killing zombies.
Cheers, Buffy. Thanks, man. All right.
Weird zombies.
Beer zombie.
That's a real company.
Yes.
Anyway, so all right. So who was it? James in the chat was talking about the Prairie Artisan Ales. He didn't get the nut and he didn't get the barrel aged. All right. So this is. Hold on one second. I gotta pass these things around. Yeah, my wife's son with my son. So this definitely got a lot of adjuncts in this shit. You can tell by the glass. Like I said, the wafery graham cracker. That's a lot of shit. That's not just like sugary crystals. There's more and more of these stouts seem to be emerging on the market. It's definitely chocolate. I will say this: I do not get peanut butter. I do get like a roasted peanut aroma. It's not like super dominant over the chocolate. The chocolate's the big thing you're getting. You're getting blessed with chocolate, a roasted peanut aroma. No barrel. There's absolutely no barrel in the smell. I can tell you that. and I can agree with him in that aspect. I do get a peanut thing coming off of it, though. That being said, one more horn before we score. Like I said, you're getting the alcohol flavor. It's not over the top. You get it. It's a light hint of that strong alcohol, but it's not over the top. Like you're just not like gonna make you shudder, but you could definitely tell for sure you're drinking a big beer. It is on the sweeter side. The more that it's warmed up, on the flavor, I do get some kind of oaky notes, slight. Like I said, at the end with the dry finish. Maybe there's a bourbon-esque type of note that's coming out a little bit more as it warmed. That being said, I mean, like I said, I don't know how this has been going lately, but this is more of a barrel-aged imperial pastry stout. Is it more on that side? I'm going to lean more towards abso-fucking-lutely. So this isn't for your plain Jane average barrel-aged drinker, beer imperial stout drinker. You know what I mean? I like those types of beers. Like I think if I could try the base beer of this, it would probably be very, very good, or they fuck something up. That's why they put all the bullshit in there. 50-50 shot. That being said, it was a little bit spendy. Um, Not as good as some of the stuff I've had recently from them. I will say that, but this is not a bad product. I'd probably score it around like a 92. Let's go 93. It is a tasty beer. It's missing some spots here and there. So that's under world class. It's very good. Would I recommend it? If you wanted to try it and you had a couple extra bucks to spend and you want to try it, take a stab at it. I don't think it's atrocious. It's not a drain pour. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So 93 cents, fair. Definitely not world class or anything like that.
I'd try it.
Their Bourbon Paradise, like I said, that was one I had recently. If you're a bourbon barrel aged beer drinker and you see it, fucking pick that up. 'Cause I think it was like 14 and change, 14.3 or 14.6. It was a big beer. Anyways, that being said, we're gonna move on to the cheese. So from the UK, white cheese, vintage reserve cheddar, 15-month aged. It's pretty good, huh? Shut up, cat. I'll let you in a minute. Whiny bastard. The cheese is really good. You know, I do notice a difference from our like aged cheddar over here compared to the UK. Um, I get more of grassy notes off of the UK stuff. I will say that. Some of these cheddars, like Tanner was saying, he was having a hard time, and it's like they have a sweetness to them, almost like a sweet, funky, but you're still getting that like tangy cheddar kick off of it. It's unique. Like I said, mine's got a little bit of like grassy. I wouldn't say like completely like barnyard. This like goat doesn't taste like goat. You know, when you have the goat cheese and you can taste the goat. You know. Um, but yeah, just enough. It's not overly salty, not too sweet. It is a lathering cheese. I would recommend it if you see it. This is like I said, it's got the flavor crystals in it. Everybody's looking for that. Yeah, I don't know, John Luke, but yeah, I'd score the cheese at a 95. This is
Nice.
good. This is ballpark with some of the high end stuff that I've had. No complaints. Would pick it up again. All right, and then the pairing. Big thing with the pairing is the cheese elevated the beer exponentially. Like I said, I was getting more of the barrel notes, more of the whiskey flavors, more of the alcohol, and it kind of cut back a little on the adjuncts. And I did enjoy the sweet and savory aspect of it. That being said, I landed at a 99 out of 100. I think this really did work, and it went either way: beer before cheese or cheese before beer. You were having adverse experiences, and they were still just as good. And like I said, I think it brought out some better attributes of the beer than it did just having the beer by itself. So
Excellent. All right.
Awesome.
Excellent. Thanks. Thank you, Miscellaneous. That sounded great.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
cheers.
On
Actually, gonna have my wife try a piece of this shit.
Couch cat.
He's there. Oh no, he's in it. No, he's in the office. He was whining. He was whining like a little kid.
All right. Cheers, Miscellaneous. And Tanner. Hello. Action.
All right. Meet the citrus. It's pretty good. I like this beer. It's solid compared to like, just single hop, single IPAs. I think they did a really good job with this one. I just kind of wish it had a little bit more of like a juicy tropical factor to it. But overall, super crushable, very drinkable, very good flavor. I'll give this beer like I'm going to go 94. 94 on the beer. Seems fitting. It's a very good beer. I got a little bit more cheese here. I just want to have a couple more slices before I give a rating on it.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a good cheese. I like it. Is it mind-blowing in flavor? Not really. It's solid. It definitely tastes a little bit more rich and velvety than your typical like grocery store cheddar. Not much of that, like Miscellaneous was saying. There's not much of that like barnyard kind of like funky cheddar to it, which I was kind of hoping for.
It's good that way.
I'll give the cheese a 90.
I feel like I'm a safety alcohol.
And then for the pairing, I'll give the pairing I actually really like the pairing. I'll give the pairing like a 96. I think it worked really well. It definitely enhanced the beer and made it more juicy tropical. It kind of made it drink a little bit more like a double IPA. So yeah, worked out really well. But to get more towards that 100 score, I'd like to try this with like an aged cheese. Yeah, overall, pretty good products in a good pairing. So, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, Tanner. Yeah.
I just did like a mini beer and cheese with my wife. She agreed with what I said. Swear to God, that's what I just did.
All right. Cheers, Tanner. Thanks, man. Welcome in, Matt from Master Beers. Cheers to you, man. And Joey Nugsack.
Here's Joey.
Yeah. All right. Well, my Schwartz beer, it was good. It was very nice and drinkable and brown bread crusty and caramely and roasted and went down real nice. It was clean and just had a good feel to it, and I liked it. So I would give it. It's a very low percentage beer, very crushable, and I would definitely score this at about out of 100. I'd probably go like a 91 out of 100, 90, 91, somewhere in that range. Not bad. I liked it. So, and yes, I would get it again. It's from Ecliptic. I like Ecliptic. They have some good beers. So it was fresh and it was easy to drink. So the cheese was excellent, nice and diacetyl feel to it, nice buttery, creamy, milky cheese, a little squeaky, hard to chew. But once I got through it, it really mushed into my mouth well, and I got that maple and that cheddary medium cheddar maple burst. Molasses and caramel came through in the flavors more than anything. and I just thought it was excellent. I almost eaten through all the stuff I cut, so that says a lot. I'd give that about a 96 because it was so freaking delicious and it was interesting. So, and I liked the look of it too. I liked the marbling. I liked how I liked it. It was good. The mixed cheese before beer would be my take on that. That would be the one that I would want the most before a beer and cheese because you just want to keep drinking it. You get that diacetyl, that buttery kind of feel, and you just want to like drink down this nice Schwartz beer with it, or any beer at that, to kind of knock it down a bit. And I did mix my West Coast with it, and it was a little too hoppy, and I think it overtook it. So it was really nice to have something that was kind of in the same realm, kind of like French toast meeting buttery maple cheese, cheddar cheese, salty kind of cheese. It was really good. So I think the hops kind of overrode that and didn't really allow me to enjoy the cheese as much or the beer. It just kind of like, so the Schwartz beer was a good take on that, a good one to pair with it. And I thought the pairing was great. I'm going to give it a 96 also on the overall. I think it was excellent. So I just liked how the bready mixed. It just was like pancakes, like wheat, like wheat bread, toasted wheat bread, roasty bread with like pancakes. You know, like you get that eggy, pancakey kind of thing with that maple, and then the cheese and everything just kind of collided and went together so well and melded so perfectly. It was so nice. And that beer was really nice to wash down that buttery feel. So it was really cool to kind of get that overall feeling. And I liked it. So it was a good pairing. What was that was said? Freeform hate jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably listen to that while eating this and pairing it up. But yeah, so good stuff all around. Good pairing. So I think we all did pretty good for the most part, right? We're happy.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's get our panels. Let me just shut this banner thing down. It's driving me nuts. A little ticker. And bring our panel up. We're good to go. Yeah, go ahead and do our shout outs and all that good stuff. Cheers. And cheers to the chat as well. Good stuff. Good chat today.
Yeah, so promos, putting out the pre-recorded videos 3 times a week. Live show Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's called New Brew. Bring a beer that you've never had before to join up on panel. And for a shout out, I would like to shout out Joshua from Last Beer. He left like one comment in here, I think, tonight, because he's a good friend like that.
He's still working that hangover from Sunday.
So last beer. Check his channel out. Typically, he'll do a live show on Sundays. Sometimes sporadic shows will pop up as well throughout any given time during the week. But his show, I say Saturday, on Sunday, and that beer would Jesus. That show that Josh puts on would be called Beer Bowl Discussions. Jesus. Yeah. My brain's fried, I think.
I got a bit of that happening right now too. I think it'd be even worse when I smoke some weed afterwards.
Come on, boys, get it together. We're almost done here.
I think the gin from last night's jingling around up there.
Cool.
Is that it, Bumpy?
Yeah. I don't
You're
want.
not going to shout out your own shows or anything?
I did.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I must be drunk.
Thank you, Bumpy.
All right. Well, shout outs for me. Thursday will be another Thursday night beer session. I'll have somebody on from the community or somebody out there from the tube, and we'll review 2 products a piece. I think I have somebody lined up. I've got to confirm. But yeah, should be a good show. Other than that, go check out Alex the Beer Master. Shout out to Alex. His birthday was yesterday, and we kicked it and had a good time. It's good to see him. Other than that, yeah, he does Food Fridays. It's Five Guys at 8 p.m. Friday. Five Guys. And his Thursday night hangout, Alex and Friends, go check it out. Other than that, like I said, go check out the UK guys. All the UK fam, Luke John, Kent Beer Reviews, Jacob Beers, Sam Smalley, Harry Blue Nose Beer Reviews. Bunch of good dudes over there. That's it.
All right. Thanks, Miscellaneous.
Little ramble. Sorry. It's 13.6. I apologize.
Cool. Cool. Cheers.
All right. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do a little Will It Mix. It'll be like Will It Mix kind of pub, Potbelly Pub live hangout. Yeah,
Let you know my high school nickname.
yeah, the Potbelly Pub. Yeah, so it'll just be kind of hangout, you know. But we'll do a Will It Mix style. And yeah, I just filmed a video, and I got a few other videos that I gotta upload. I've been trying to catch up with what I have to review in my fridge. I got a lot of beers that I got to get through. I want to be on a little bit more of a. I want to start fresh, I guess you could say, for the new year. I want to try to find some new beers and some new products. I really want to be a little bit more consistent with my liquor reviews, considering that's what my channel is. I don't want it to be all beer based. It's just been kind of personal enjoyment is what I've been reviewing a lot lately. But I need to get back into like reviewing things that are new and just kind of putting out videos, content that is a little bit more updated. And because that's kind of where I started. You know, I wanted to review things that are upcoming products and let people know if they're good or not. And right now it's just kind of personal enjoyment, but I will kind of get back into the mindset of I'm doing this to make videos for people to buy new stuff and not waste their money, because that's kind of how I started the channel up. But yeah, other than that, we got Massive Beers here. Check out Matt from Massive Beers, and check out FLX Beer Reviews, Dan and Mike. They're awesome. Joe from the Beer Patrol, Kyle Noho Beer Reviews, and a new guy that I've been recently shouting out, Joe Senegaglia. He's got like 7,000 subs, so I mean he's been. It seems like he's been around for a while. Watched a couple of his reviews. He does a good job, and just bringing more people into the community and just shouting more people out. If you ever, if I don't know if he goes live or not, but just let him know. Let people know that we're trying to build the community more and more. And like I'm fairly new, so I recently just started hanging out with these guys. I think the end of last year. So it's
Why?
it's already been a full year. It's just
Bless your heart, Tanner.
time's going by so fast. But yeah, I appreciate hanging out with you guys, and I want to continue to help grow the community and just get bigger and bigger. But yeah, thanks for having me tonight, Beer Man. It's always fun.
Of course.
Cheers.
Thanks for being here. Cheers. Cheers, man. All right. Well, yeah. Beer and Cheese Tuesday next week. It'd be the same thing. Same damn thing. Same damn time. So bring it on up. Bring it on up. Bring on up to the east side. To Beer Man's side. It's
On the
8
west
o'clock
side.
Eastern. On the west side. As long as our electricity doesn't go out. Okay. Yeah. So that was a spontaneous storm today. And then Wednesday, tomorrow is an open one. I figured it'd be great for New Year's. Bring what you'd like. something that you even want to revisit that you had throughout the year that you liked, or whatever the hell it is, just bring it on up again to the west side at 6 o'clock Eastern for that, and it'll start our crazy Wednesday off, right? And I did a brewed beer. It's sitting right here, slowing down, starting to slow down. I need to do the second hop edition soon, but hopefully we'll have something. I'm going to do a fast edition. I'm not going to do a 2-day. I think I'm going to do a 24-hour edition, 3 different dry hops. I already put the high crossing in, but hop in, but yeah, we'll see how that turns out. I'm going to check the ABV within the day or two and see where we are. Shooting for a 7.4%. So yeah, check out that live brew day. It was a 5.5 hour long live, so you don't have to watch the whole damn thing. Other than that, let's get to a couple shout outs. The Beer Patrol, Joe. Cheers, man. Yeah, check him out, man. His last stuff he did was Christmas morning 2022 Hardywood Park Craft Brewery. He's always putting up stuff all the time. Almost hard to follow sometimes. I gotta keep on it. but he does put a lot of stuff out, and he's a good man. So good damn man. Damn good man. And then we got Beer Barbecue Baseball. I like that guy. He's a very nice guy, and he's always putting out some real interesting, cool beers. A little on the lighter side, but I do like that too.
Shout out to Jesse, man.
Yeah,
him and
Jesse.
Joe are in the same boat. So.
Oh yeah, yep. His last one was Garage Editions, Pollinger's Munchner. I saw that and commented on that, 4.9%. But yeah, cool dude. Loves his sports, and that's a good thing. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the panel. Thank you very much. Okay. Cheers to Bumpy Road Brews.
Cheers.
Miscellaneous brew reviews and East Coast Elk reviews. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for being here and supporting this show as much as you do. We've been doing this for a long time, like almost 4 years almost.
There you go. By popular demand.
There's Couch Cat. Yeah, dude. So cool. Yeah. And cheers to the chat. We had a great chat tonight. I am not going to go through everyone, but I'm going to definitely say thank you for your support and for being here. I appreciate you. It was really good to see Massive Beers here as well. It's always good to see top-notch people. So thanks for being here, brother, as well as everyone else. Thank you so much. So, all right, we are going to end this. You guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from in this beautiful fucking world, but not after one more sip, please. Beer.
Cheers.